Victory at last for immigrant parents in the UK who have children, especially young black men. A judge yesterday made a ruling which has significant impact on most immigrant parents' decision about their children. If the outcome had been different, this African parent could have been sent to jail. If you know anyone who has children in the UK, especially young black men, please kindly ensure that they see this video. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us at the Lunch Club, where we share the latest updates about the daily lived experiences of immigrants so that lessons can be learned. The picture you are seeing in front of you today is another young black man who is going to be spending the rest of his life in jail. The story we have for you today is not about this young man. It's about another story which is quite significant, and it relates to a situation like this. This young black man, for the next, is just a young black man who is just starting out in life. Sadly, he is going to be spending the rest of his life, due to his involvement in gang, which has resulted in the killing of another black person. There is no one who lives in the United Kingdom who have heard stories of black on black killing in the UK. It is ravaging our society. So the story we have for you today is about a family who originally comes from Ghana. This family, they had a 12 years old boy at that time. This 12 years old boy was involved in criminalities, lot of he was involved in criminalities, drug dealing, and the parents were concerned for their son. The son wasn't going to school. He had poor school attendance, and drug dealers were using this boy to sell drugs. The parents then decided that because they were really concerned about their son, and the mom had tried everything to try to address this boy's concern, everything that they've tried were unsuccessful. The boy wasn't going to school. He was involved in drug dealing, selling drugs on the street. The parents were really, really concerned. They've done everything to try to stop their son from ending or being killed or going to jail, and everything that they have done has failed. These parents were then advised that the only way they can save their son, who, as I understand it, was their only child, is for them to send this boy to Africa, because this is the only way they can break the cycle of criminality and gang that this young boy was involved in. And the parents therefore tricked this boy. They lied to this young boy and said, son, we are taking you to Ghana on holiday for you to spend time with the family. You're only going to be there for a few days. This boy packed a few of his things, thinking that he's only going to be in Ghana for a few days. When he then arrived in Ghana, the parents then collected his passport and told this young boy, look, son, you're not coming back to the UK again, because we are really concerned that if you remain in the UK, there are two outcomes: either you end up in jail or you end up being killed through gang involvement. The boy said no. They then took him to a boarding school, enrolled this boy in boarding school, and they left this boy in Ghana and they returned back to the UK. Guess what this young boy did? The young boy then contacted British Embassy in Ghana, and they linked him with a charity that supports young children. This boy then took his parents to court, and these parents, if they were found guilty, they were at risk of being sent to jail. Let me know what your views are, because some commentators among the black commentators have said that the fact that these parents are trying to save their son from dying or ending up in jail, the fact that these parents were even taken to court, some commentators have said that there could be an element of racism and Eurocentric views of what the world should look like about this case. That if these parents were of white European origin and they took their sons to say Portugal or Romania or any of the European countries, that the judge, this case would not have ended up in court. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree with what we are talking about. Wait, if you're seeing any value in this content, you can support this channel by giving it a like and subscribe to our channel. So these parents then receive a notification that the case is going to High Court of all places. These are parents who have no criminal record. They've never been to court before. They've never been arrested, only for them to find themselves in court. And they were told that if they are found guilty, because they said their accusation is that this boy was being abused. The boy told the authorities in the charity that was supporting him and the British embassy that, oh, he was being fed, he was being abused, it's emotional abuse, it's torture, that his friends in the UK are laughing at him. They are saying that, oh, they decided to take him to Africa because they wanted to punish him, that the parents wanted to punish him. That is why they took him to Africa. Before you know what was happening, the parents had to get a barrister to look into the case for them because they were fearful that they were going to end up in jail. So this case had now ended up in court, and a lot of people were anxious because it's very, very common among the black community for parents to say, you know, well, when their child is displaying behaviors that they think that they've done everything to try to save their child and everything that they have done is not working, it's very, very common among the black immigrant community for them to send their child to Africa or the Caribbean for the child to understand where the parent is coming from so that they would appreciate what they have in the Western world. So this judge has now ruled yesterday. The judge said, and I quote, that having considered all the arguments for and against, that the judge feels that the parents acted in the boy's best interest. They love their son, that they did not want their son to end up in gang. That is why the parents ended up taking this boy to Ghana. The judge said, and I quote here, he said, he recognized that this is in many ways both a sobering and rather depressing conclusion. He said he was satisfied that the parents' wish for their son to move to Ghana was driven by their deep and obvious unconditional love. So the judge has now ruled that the parents' desire for their son to have a better life influenced the decision to send this boy to Ghana, not to punish him, because they have done everything and they felt that the only way to save this boy from ending up in jail like other black children or being killed in gang is to send this young man to Ghana. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree that yes, it is in the boy's best interest for the parents to send him to Ghana, or you think that the parents, you are in support of what the parents have done. If this judgment has gone the other way around, that this parent lost this case, many parents among the immigrant community, if they had tried the same thing, they would have ended up in jail, because a legal precedent would have been set that if you send your children to Africa or the Caribbean, because you couldn't manage the children's behavior, you will be jailed. Again, you can see this is another young black boy who has been jailed for gang-related debt. And this young boy who is just starting out his life is going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Again, if the parents of this boy had taken him to maybe their home country, if they had to their home country because an immigrant, this boy would have been saved. Sadly, this is another young black boy who has been jailed. Let me know in the comment section, and if you know any parent who live in the UK or lives in the Western world, kindly share this update with them. And don't forget to support the Lunch Club by giving this video a like. Do you think that what the parents did